Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Friday, January 18th at midnight, 2019. You're looking at Kuchinoerabu exploding today. One of many volcanoes that have been erupting as predicted as cosmic rays increase. The magnetosphere wanes and we enter the next grand solar minimum. The next magnetic reversal. Volcanic eruptions are imminent. The GFS model showing heavy snow in 47 states. The newest model showing a swath of snow moving as far south as central Mexico. Say it ain't so. We shall not cease from exploration. And the end of all of our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time. Keep calm and ultra boom. You've entered the effing awesome classroom. Blockbuster storm heads east, could drop 40 inches of global warming goodness. And then an Arctic blast will freeze 200 million. Ow! Are you making me my turkey pot pie? Fog on a mountain highway in Southern California triggered 19 vehicle crash Wednesday. Officials say 35 people were evaluated for injuries at the crash on Interstate 15 on Cajon Pass, 60 miles east of LA. After hammering California with rain and snow, a blockbuster winter storm is taking aim at the east, where as much as 40 inches of snow could fall over the weekend. Road travel may become impossible in the heavy snow. Flight delays and cancellations are likely, as well as loss of power to hundreds of thousands. After the storm heads offshore Sunday, the intense cold will be the main weather story, as a straight air Arctic polar vortex will roar in, bringing below freezing temps to 200 million Americans. And this guy is smiling as he clears snow without gloves. Would someone from the VFW get this man some gloves? Then the storm will roar into the northeast and New England on Saturday and Sunday, which will not be a fun day where the heaviest snow will fall. AccuWeather said 40 inches are possible in parts of northeast New England, and close to 30 inches of snow may fall in parts of central and northern New York. And they don't even eat pork if they're Muslim. Hi, I'm Al Gore. Get your hole. Make me my Al. You know who Al is. Storm brings 4 feet of snow to the Sierra Nevada resorts. Snowpack up to 103% of normal. Huh. It was a slow start, and everyone said they'd never get any more water ever, and it was all they're burning up, and the worst drought ever. But Diamond the whole time said they're full of it, and now they're barely, it's a subtitle here, snowpack up to 103% of normal. Under the storm brings 4 feet of snow. Boom! I hate it when a plan comes together. Well, actually, I love it. I love the A-team, too. I hate white screens. And I love lima beans. Boom! We're gonna be looking at these models in a minute if they ever download. But we're talking about the huge, close that, volcano erupting. But we'll get to that too, some other time. Let's move that over here. Let's place it. Whew. Okay, sticking with us. Oh my goodness. It's snowing outside. Fact. Snow has begun to fall and is predicted 8 to 16 inches. That's how certain they are. Outside my door, Taos Ski Valley avalanche buries multiple people in New Mexico Peak. This is today. I was going to go down there, only I found out 4 hours later, and there was already hundreds of people looking for dead people or buried people that hopefully were alive. 2 skiers buried in avalanche in New Mexico resort. Meteorologist Danielle Banks reports on an avalanche in the Tahoe Ski Valley. An avalanche at Tahoe today has buried an unknown number of people. 2 were rescued, and they have pulled from the avalanche. CPR was used on at least 1 individual. There are no other reports. An avalanche at New Mexico ski resort buried 2 people. Search efforts continue to ensure there are no additional victims. The avalanche took place at 11:30 a.m. Thursday Mountain Time, Taos County, near Kuchinoerabu Peak in the Taos Ski Valley Resort, according to the resort. Taos Emergency Management Director Bob Lee Lucero said that they did not yet know how many people were trapped. Here you can see the heavy snow falling. This is the state line. This is where Diamond is, right over here where the heavy snow is falling. A search led by the Taos Ski Patrol in tandem with local law enforcement and firefighters are underway. However, Stagg said the resort does not believe any other people are trapped. The trigger of the avalanche is unknown at this time, but a full investigation will be conducted. Yeah, record snow! Ow! Are you paying these people off? You prick. Latest live track, Chicago weekend storm could dump 3 to 8 inches of global warming goodness. Winter storm watch issued for the Chi-Town area. A winter storm watch has been issued for the entire Chicago area ahead of an upcoming storm Friday evening and Saturday. That will be your Shatterday, only if you live in Colorado where it's legal. The watch begins 3 p.m. Friday for Cook and DuPage counties and areas north and west until 12 p.m. Saturday, according to the National Weather Service. The watch begins later on Friday for areas that are scary as east of the city, including northwest Indiana. There are your alerts. On the outskirts of the city, upstate New York winter storm this weekend. What to expect? Dorks with terrible plaid shirts predicting the forecast and putting their hands on your map. Heads up. Creepy dude. Syracuse, New York. While many details are yet to be ironed out, you're fluxed. Yes, and that's boom. It's all you get up there in upstate New York. You're buried. 8 to 14 inches predicted. Hartford, Connecticut winter may finally assert itself with a deep slathering of global warming goodness up in the northwestern region. Channel 3 early weather warning alert remains in effect for heavy dumpings and light pumpings at the coast. Wow. Forecast for the weekend. Everything in weather forecasting is connected, including electricity. Thank you, Joel Gratz, one of our best weather forecasters on the planet. This cannot be more apparent than looking at the forecast for the weekend for all you sheeple and all you global warming alarmists. The strong storm that will hit the western U.S. late this week will head east after dumping up to 6 feet of Sierra cement at the crest, which is the best. It will dump heavy snow in every other state in the west. This storm will maintain an increase in strength, and it should bring 1 to 2 feet of snow into New England on Sunday. The exact track of the storm will not be known until Saturday. So at this time, we cannot know if the deepest accumulations will flux you in a way that we hope it will. But you can see here, even these models are predicting a heavy dumping off the coast in the middle of the Atlantic here, near Bermuda. Could you imagine if Bermuda got buried in snow? I can't wait! Following the cross-country storm, it will bring snow to the west on Thursday and Friday. The northeast on Sunday, a weather pattern will become established, and it may not change much for 1 to 2 weeks. This pattern will feature very cold air over the eastern two-thirds of the U.S., and all of those Democrats in Philly and New York will suck it as they realize they're freezing their asses off while record temperatures descend on their area. Whew. There's your snow forecast through Friday the 25th. If you live on the tip of Maine, and that's just a tippy touch, you're buried. And that's an early boom before more booms occur. Boom! Whew, look at these models. Okay, let's just pause it. 24 hours in, we're going to be buried down here I'm in the 7 to, hopefully we don't get more than 7 because there's more snow coming and it just keeps coming. And if you're in the Northeast, it's going to start to arrive in northern Minnesota, Iowa, especially Friday, Saturday into your Sunday. So it's a weekend event, burying the Northeast. We're going to cover how many hundreds of thousands of people are without power. And a second system dumps south, coming out of central Mexico up through southern Texas, Louisiana, and into the southern Appalachians. This storm could be epic. And this is just the beginning of the model. This is the 23rd, 4th, 5th iguana apocalypse period. So we're going to be watching these models as the Iguana Apocalypse 2019 develops, and storm develops in 49 states. Currently, snow is showing in 49 states in the U.S. on the GFS. Ow! 49 in states! Where's my pot pie? Shine my boots, you bitch. Get in your hole. National Weather Service Weather Ready Nation map, keeping you weather ready nationed. Winter storm watches, warnings, and advisories are in 27 states. Major winter storm to impact central and eastern U.S. through the weekend. An impactful Pacific storm will move east after it dumps over 6 feet of Sierra cement in the mountains at the crest and redevelop into a significant winter storm. Heavy snow north of this storm and heavy rain in south with freezing rain and other rain and freezing rain at the junction will form over the central U.S., fluxing millions of people Friday into their shy day and Saturday, and then their shatter day, only if they live in Colorado. And then Sunday, which will not be a fun day, this system shifts to the eastern states. Heavy snow from the Midwest to the Northeast. The beast from the east, as Diamond claims, 3.0 is about to hit. Heavy rain from the Mid-South to the Mid-Atlantic and more. If you click on your county, you can tell what is your bounty. Whew. Lot going on. I might use that as the opening, the cover photo, because it's just so insane. 27 states with winter storm warnings and watches after blizzard warnings were issued for dozens of counties in Cali. Syria, war. Displaced babies die due to freezing weather. Well, why are you holding the water on your knees? That's ridiculous. Global warming much? Waiting for the complete rupture. And it's not the rapture. So if you saw that wrong, it's because you're a weirdo. Nepal was struck by an earthquake with a magnitude 7.8 in 2015. But the country may still face the threat of a much stronger trembler, 8.1 or greater, according to scientific evidence, which we already reported on weeks ago. This is old news, but it's being rehashed, and we already predicted an 8.2 or greater in the Himalayas in the coming years, starting now. Bimodal seismicity in the Himalaya controlled by fault friction and geometry. And if you live there, be prepared for disaster. Seismic update, ring of fire ringing like a bell. Heavy quakes in the area we predicted here, just east of Fiji, or just west of Fiji. We have a cacophony of quakes kicking off in Papua New Guinea in the eastern portion with multiple aftershocks. A large 5.3 trembler in northern Mexico, with energy displaced up into the San Andreas region. And the rupture zone through Alaska moves. Heavy activity up here in Kyrgyzstan. And that's due to the Himalayan thrust fault as the Indian plate comes underneath of China here. in Russia, you're going to see this activity. And as we move forward, as the magnetosphere wanes and we head towards magnetic reversal and grand solar minimum, this type of seismicity is going to light up across the planet like a boom. That's a fact, not a fake. Whoa! Huge volcano erupts, Kuchinoerabu. Let's look at it. Let's do it! Oh shit, we'll keep it on. That was it. That's all they got. I didn't even have time to smoke my cigarette. A volcano erupted in southern Japan, sending massive amounts of thick smoke in the air. Diamond has the data. Worldwide volcano news update. Shivalush, Reventador, Cleveland. Kamchatka is blowing up. Planchon Petaroa, Kuchinoerabu-Jima. That's Kuchinoerabu-Jima for you people that don't like the Jima. Reventador, Planchon Petaroa to 15,000 feet in last 24 hours. Kuchinoerabu-Jima looking like a boom boom. Get your home. That's what it looks like. It's like, whoa, boom, 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 boom. Kuchinoerabu, boom. I can do that. I have the technology. Following a renewed unrest in a minor eruption beginning in August. Whoa! What the just happened? Following renewed unrest in a minor eruption beginning late August, earlier today a more significant explosion occurred. An explosion of Kuchinoerabu proportion, which we have complete live footage of here, which we will show you, and it will blow you away. Well, not literally, but it will give us just enough time to puff, puff, pass. So let's look at it. And let's listen. Maybe. To something. It's not copyright. Let's do it.
Voice of America, I'm speaking from the citizens, tired of the lies, all the false narratives. For us to survive, we must stand up as Americans. Need to alter the course that's been written. It's history, not his story. They mix it in with fiction. Behind the scene decisions, you're blind to see the visions. Freedom isn't free, society is prison. Fed up, I won't let up. There's no more room for mess ups. The administration's a bit outrageous. I think it's time we step up. How about I check off the definition of evil? Pay millions to bomb countries, but can't feed our own people. These countries don't even pose threats. Can Congress or progress? Syria, no GMOs left. Rothschilds want their own checks. Pipelines to control next. How many more lives will drones get? It's 7 countries, 5 years destabilized. No sweat.
5 countries, 7 years, no sweat.
I have a voice with hopes that you're listening. Voice of America, I'm speaking from the citizens. Political smokescreen, they're giving you nothing, no hope streams. I have children, where are they going? World War III, to grow up in that era is something that we don't want. The thought of that should scare ya. To cause an act, prepare ya. No thought, just acts that flares up. Post flag attacks won't spare ya. They bury ya, no care for ya. The credibility's been gone. The peace prize you sit on, you're pissing in a windstorm. Give it back, it's been gone. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under. It's not about full radical terrorists, more like brainwashing, driving fear in Americans. Many are sleeping, unaware of this, believing MSM, they're sheep. Now I'm very pissed. What about us? The dollar is decreasing. We can't afford to live, but this problem is a peace thing. The power of the people is no secret. Look at Egypt. What do we get? No respect, because our free debt has interest. The preset is business. So banks never lose when they risk it. Just create more and lend it. So we take more
And we spend it.
Let's brainstorm for a second. Why do we support this? We're too nice, we forgive. Let's take back this fortress and secure it before it crumbles down to nothing. Stand tall, take the ball, don't fumble now, keep running. Not elected, they're selected. The president sits breastfed, and if they go against the agenda, well, you know they get dead. Look at the bigger picture. They make moves to get richer and sit back and laugh at events like Benghazi. Don't talk about conspiracies, shadow governments, and Nazis. They catch wind, their heads spin. Now you're in the hot seat. These callers don't run, my flag flies high. Second Amendment says my gun is mine till I die. First Amendment says my lungs let me breathe for my speech. Speak truth, no sweet tooth, sugar coatings for the weak. Impeachment for treason, no reason, because we can. What you're seeing, the agreement, no more bleeding. Defeating these demons, keep shining, believing we're weakened, but we're still here. Your neighbors, don't leave them. Your rights, need to read them. We're human and we need to love each other. All around the earth, I walk on dirt. Treat me like your brother. I love you, please love me. We all should love our freedom. But answer this one question. Can you tell me what we're free from?
What are we free from? You fucking frauds! What are you free from? I bet you have to wake up for work, don't you, bitches? Wake the fuck up. I'm sick of it. Cleveland volcano Shivaloosh. I'll leave you links. 2018 was the hottest year ever recorded for the planet's oceans. Yeah, that's because weeks ago we told you that the coldest water was moving down into the deepest depths, which are most of the oceans. And sure enough, they're going to glom on to the fact that the cooling during the mini ice age now has dropped down and the surface temperatures have risen. It's very convenient for the frauds. More Kuchinoerabu footage. Now, there were pyroclastic flows associated with this explosion. Merely VEI-3, another one for the record books. Still not the major uptick, but the cacophony of volcanic eruptions worldwide are ever increasing as we report on them from a multiplicity of sources. Now, earlier today I posted a video about 5G deployment and its safety.
In opposition to the legislation.
And what they're not telling you. The most important part of this video starts at 9 minutes. So we'll parse that up. But Dr. Sharon Goldberg...
Connection to the biological effects that have been...
We'll get to it. Dr. Sharon Goldberg, who has been an internal medicine practitioner for almost 2 decades and is one of the most credentialed people that could be talking on this subject, is very similar to me in the fact that she is Well, she goes way above where I am. I'm not in academia any longer. And she is currently a practicing doctor. So in October, she really put herself out on a limb here and came out. And this is the bullet point that no one will know about. And it's what I'm sharing with you that you should share with everyone. And this is and the reason I'm saying we're similar is because she referenced everything she says in the talk on how electromagnetic radiation causes harm. Now we know this through our space weather analysis and the fact that KP0 causes myocardial infarction due to increased cosmic rays, cosmic radiation, and electromagnetic radiation has the same effects. And this PDF that I will share with you, the Michigan House Energy Policy Committee testimony by Sharon, is all of her references in her 14-minute key talk. Now, you're only allowed 5 minutes at the federal level, 3 minutes at the state level, because I've been taking my 3 minutes many times. And it's just blowing in the wind. Because all the decisions have already been made. Because this is not a democracy. This is a cryptocracy owned by corporations. And the disinformation has begun at the highest levels in the 40s when the shadow government began. So there's an elite group that owns multinational corporations and banks and your ass. Time immemorial. Now, what we cannot avoid or discredit are these references. And the references are critical because her talk was completely, it was, let's just say it was for show only. Nothing that she said was ever considered by the committee.
Been very clearly summarized in the Bio Initiative. That's a huge document generated. All of the summaries are there. I've got it here for you if anyone wants to read it. I have very concise summaries and abstracts documenting everything that I'm saying. So I know there are plenty of people here that are probably rolling their eyes, but in academic medicine, we have a name for what's happening now with 5G. This is called, and what has happened with wireless communication, this is called, 5G is an untested application of a technology that we know is harmful. We know it from the science. This is, in academics, this is called human subjects research. Human subjects research is very tightly regulated. You can't just roll out some type of a research project on human beings unless, A, you have their informed consent, so they understand the risks and benefits, and B, you have the approval. Like someone has actually, examined the literature and said, okay, this research project, we believe that it's safe. There's no evidence in the science to indicate that it would not be safe. We have decades of evidence to show that it is not safe.
Thank you, Dr. Goldberg.
Thank you.
And very briefly, if you can, what do you mean by conflict of interest?
I mean that, so I've taught, one of the things that I taught in medical school is evidence-based medicine, so teaching medical students and residents how to critically evaluate the literature, the science. And one of the first things that you teach residents is that you always have to look at the funding. So, and you can read about it. Marcia Engel, the editor of New England Journal, just wrote a great op-ed in the New York Times about researchers who are funded by private industry. The results of their research are much more likely to support whatever it is that is being funded. That's clearly.
Representative Garrett has a question.
Yes.
Good morning, doctor. Just
Good
a
morning.
really quick question. What is the normal RMF that individual could be exposed?
Boom! Man, my new favorite hero. If you want to know more about the video, go watch the video. I'll leave you links below about 5G deployment is safe, what you need to know. And all you need to know is not only in her testimony, but in the PDF that I will provide you, which has all the links to the peer-reviewed data on evaluation of the effects of radio frequency radiation emitted from Wi-Fi routers and mobile phone simulator on the antibacterial susceptibility of pathogenic bacterial Listeria microgenes, heart rate variability affected by radio frequency electromagnetic fields in adolescent students, association of exposure to radiation frequency, EMF, generated by mobile phone base stations and glycated hemoglobin. And basically, in order to give rats diabetes, they just turn on 2.4 megahertz next to them from an antenna like 5G, and they get diabetes within a week. That's a known scientific fact. Is that insane? Please read the PDF, watch the testimony. New study finds evidence of changing seasons rain on Titan's North Pole. It's raining on the moon, and there's probably colonies of animals and other things. That's how much you know. That's how much they're allowing you to know. That's all I have to say. Come to LeakCon 2019 if you want to know more how I really think. Why Antarctica's sea ice cover is so low? Because volcanoes 150 are erupting beneath the ice sheet. Thankfully, physics.org listened to our video 2 days ago and they corrected their last editorial. They must be watching the show. There's no other reason why physics.org would react so reactionary, where they correct themselves. Are you picking up what we're putting down? Because I'm sure I hurt the feelings of many of scientists working there that are good people. And they reacted. So physics.org, you're not all frauds. You're now picking up what we're putting down. Please read the article and pick up what they're saying. Because they're agreeing with us. It's amazing. It's a very short piece. And I'm not going to gloat over it. But I'm sure our testimony had something to do with it. But facts are important. They are. And here are the sea level facts, which are given to you, and the only place you can get them, climate@nasa.gov. And they're showing 3.2 millimeters per year. And yet for the last 3 years, that has not been the rate. Not at all. Not even in any data set that they show. And this is the data set that goes back to the mini ice age, 1883. And you can see the last 3 years sea levels dropping as we predicted from ground-based data. Satellite data is a little bit of a schmata, but well, let's blow it up. Let's reset that. They make it impossible for you actually to get any data on this. No, we can't get that. Yeah, okay. So you can see here, from 2016 till now, there's been an increase of 2 millimeters in 3 years. That's less than a millimeter a year. And yet they're showing 3.2 millimeters per year. And this is based on satellite data that they can fudge. But the ground-based data is showing a drop, no rise, for the last 2 years. Fudge data, but they still show a 3.2 millimeter per year rise. With only a 2 millimeter rise in 3 years, they're lying. And the ground-based data is showing you sea level drop. This is from the NASA site. So the disinformation is in plain sight. Asteroids are smacking Earth twice as often as before, but don't worry, because that's over a 700 million year period. And just as many asteroids that hit the Earth while you were alive will continue to hit the Earth until the magnetic reversal. And then we're all fluxed. But we're going to be old, so we got time. Anti-vaxxers among the top threats to global health. It's not pesticides in your processed food. It's not GMOs. It's not pharmaceuticals. It's not the opioid crisis. It's anti-vaxxers. Those are the threats. Those are the threats. Anti-vaxxers. Anti-vaxxers are the threat.
I've been feeling like a pharaoh ever since I was a little kid. When I die, bury me inside a pyramid. When I die, bury me inside a pyramid.
If you are interested in the music I've been sharing for the last half of a year, come check out my friend Vinny. Power Through People. His music is free. His message is deep. And
unify with the universe, unify with the universe. Every verse I write is like dynamite. I might fuck around and blow planet Earth.
peace out. We love you.
Planet Earth, might fuck around and blow planet Earth. Every verse I write is like dynamite. I might fuck around and blow planet Earth. Unify with the universe, unify with the universe. You can find what a human's worth if you could fly right through the earth. Through the earth, through the earth. You could fly right through the earth. Jump through time, move to birth, pass through skies, super merge, incarnate to break the stars. Blowing up, shake your heart, rolling up, escape the Mars. Shining light, you erase your scars. Erase your scars, erase your scars. Close your eyes, time to take off.
Oh.
I've been feeling like a pharaoh ever since I was a little kid. When I die, bury me inside a pyramid.